Emisija Cirkuski špijun donosi razgovor s cirkuskim pedagogom, umjetnikom i producentom Pierre Chartierom. Od 1. do 6. svibnja 2023. Društvo umjetnika suvremenog cirkusa i Udruga Čarobnjakov šešir kroz projekt Nacionalne cirkuske platforme organizirali su intenzivnu šestodnevnu radionicu namijenjenu cirkuskim pedagozima iz cijele regije. Nastavljajući se na već postojeću kvalitetnu razmjenu s cirkuskom školom Turbul iz Nima i edukaciju pedagoga započetu 2015. godine kroz Cirko Balkana platformu, u Puli je organizirana šestodnevna edukacija s profesorom i cirkuskim umjetnikom Pierre Chartierom, direktorom škole Turbul i predsjednikom Francuske asocijacije cirkuskih škola FFEC. Pierre Chartier je začetnik metodologije podučavanja koja naglašava dobrobit učenja cirkuskih vještina, ne samo kod mladih koji se odlučuju za cirkus kao poziv, već i kod hobista i osoba s psihičkim i fizičkim poteškoćama. Kao takva, ova metodologija kreće od osnovnih principa kretanja i pruža osnovno i nužno potrebno razumijevanje ljudskog tijela, njegovog razvoja kroz određene dobi i psihomotoričkog razvoja čovjeka, što je prijeko potrebno u kvalitetnom podučavanju svake fizičke discipline. Kroz opušten razgovor Nikole Mijatovića sa Pireom pokušali smo saznati više o ovoj temi kao i o tijeku radionice koja se upravo odvijala.
What I could say, how to say? Because it's okay, super. And last question is this. Yes, so I'm Pierre Chartier. I'm actually in function of director in a circus school called Turbul in Nîmes, in France. And a friend, as you call me, just Pierrot. You're welcome. I was working in circus school in Montpellier in the 90s, and at one moment we decided to create our own circus school. We are lucky to find the first place in Nîmes. It was in 1999. After 4 years in this first place, it grew. So we search a new place, and we are really lucky because we find a new place, really 600 meters square, with around 6 meters under roof. What it means for a good circus school, and also with a place also to park around caravan and trucks and trailers and stuff like that. And so this story about Turbul began in 2003. 2003. And so just now it's our birthday. We have 20 years. Just to finish about your question, we are a crew of people engaged in this project in the beginning. Some of them are more in this teaching way. They choose this for their own life, working life. But a big part of the crew at this moment was artists. And so we share the space, but mixing. It was the base of the project pedagogical project. It's how to share place in the same time with professionals who train and student and child who come just for hobby circus, what's one time in a week, and we write our own pedagogical project around this idea, how to be all in the same place on the same moment and to have a looking to each other in the two senses. But the main idea is circus is a tool. Circus for circus, wow, we don't practice it like this. In fact, we have some students, we became professional after a long time in turbulence, so they passed to high circus school and now they are professional circus artists. But most of the child just pass 1 year or maybe 10 years, but they are going to do a lot of other jobs in their life. And so what is educative things we could transmit with circus art? And so the main stuff is how to use circus as a tool to be creative, to be in the society. We need a lot. How to say, to have solidarity and to have also a vision of all difference between people and welcome them. And so for me, circus is a really good tool for this, and it's why I chose circus. I practice it before, but in this professional way, it don't interest me finally. And also, we are a little bit in fight with the main idea of what is circus. Circus, for most of the people, it's a kind of art of high-level expression, high-level movement, a little bit sexist also. And so we try to really speak about other things. Like the, well, you understand, and so how to share what we are, and in this way, it's a quite militant activity to teach circus. I say in this workshop, it's a political act, and for me, it's real. The beginning. At least we meet one Serbian people in France, Uroš Kurica, and so because he follow a company who come in Belgrade, if I know really the story, and he follows this company to France, and after this company want with Uroš create EVS, and they are totally unable to did this, so they ask the circus school if we want to create this Erasmus Plus platform and welcome Uroš on the circus school. It was the beginning, and with this sharing we meet each other, and so you asked me if I could come. I don't remind really well, but I think the first time it was in Belgrade. We was in really strange places for me, and so I discover how it passed for you to find place to practice. It's not stable place, to search also place to play shows, and I have a remind of a cabaret in a really strange place in Belgrade, black box, really small. It's funny remaining, but funny on the moment. And when I come back in France, it's a little bit sad to see a team so engaged, so competent, and without any place to work and to develop activities. And so it's why in this way of circus activism, I really agree to give other workshop, and especially around this idea of pedagogy. How to transmit not only circus, how to say, circus skills or tricks, but the main way of how to teach. Circus, I repeat myself, it's just in this way, just a tool. And after, it's just how we are going to speak together. And so after your two associations, one from Serbia and one from Croatia, asked me to come back in diverse places and to continue this work. And so if it's real now for this workshop in Pula. I meet more and less the new generation. It's a little bit mixed between ages, but it's really nice to young people engage and mostly in this way of pedagogy, not just to be artist after. And so maybe 10 years ago we planted some seeds and now they grow.
Moje ime je Nives Soldičić, dolazim iz Rijeke, djelujem u udruzi Prostor Plus. Bavim se izvedbenim umjetnostima, a prvenstveno cirkuskom umjetnošću. Dugi niz godina radim u crvenim nosovima, educiram cirkuske vještine, najviše zračne vještine. Pa edukacijom se bavim zapravo više od nekih 10 godina. Zadnje 3 godine se bavim i edukacijom djece, tako da već jako dugo razmišljam o također i studiranju neke cirkuske pedagogije. Međutim, nije se to još ostvarilo, pa je ovo bila prilika da se upoznam sa pristupom rada. Pa imala sam očekivanja da ću nakon 7 dana radionice izaći sa puno informacija i sa novim načinima rada sa djecom i sa odraslima. I ispunilo se očekivanje.
But for the first time, I asked to your organization, and I think it's Irka who are in the middle of this preparation for me, and so I asked how many people and if it's possible to have some expectation from them. And so the whole write in open file on internet and I received this file, and so I saw people, name, expectation, place where they come from. I was really impressed first, and so how to manage this group. Age is different, people coming from different place and history and knowledge and stuff like that. So I try to build something concrete for all these kind of persons, and also with the place, because I have some picture of this place we are just now, and it's not so big, there is not so much material, and so in fact what I'm able to do. By luck, I have a formation in acrobatics, and also I develop lots of collective acrobatic stuff, so we just need a floor and people. And so the first 3 days was based on this, and after I find a few jongling materials and stuff like that. And so also to prepare, I want to organize this workshop about different ages moment for beginners. In France, in the circus school, we have some group between 3 to 4 years, after 4 to 5, etc. And it's really well organized, 6 to 8, 9 to 12, 12 to 15, etc. And so I want also to share this pedagogical organization and what is possible. And also, I know that people who teach circus here generally come from technical vision and monodisciplinary things. We have a lot of aerials, and they practice maybe just one of aerials. Some are doing silk, some other are doing aerial hoop, and some are doing just trapeze, but it's rare here, and rope, but it's rare also, and there is also some people who jongling, but people who are in kind of transversality between this discipline of circus. There is not so much, and this vision still exists step after step now here, but it's the beginning. And so I try to organize my week around this concept.
Ja sam Alma Selmanović, dolazim iz Zagreba i bavim se pokretom generalno. Vodim ples na svili u Zagrebu za djecu i odrasle i između ostalog pilates za seniore, jogu za trudnice i vodim kreativne radionice za klince isto. Bila sam već na radionici od Pierrea i iskreno ne sjećam se detaljno znanja koje smo dobili, ali se sjećam njegove karizme i pristupa. A pošto je prošla godina i malo više i duže sam u kontinuitetu u radu sa djecom, što me od početka zanima, sam htjela dobiti nove materijale da malo upgradeam svoj rad s njima.
Me, in my learning, in my vision, the base of circus is to be, how to say, confident on the body, and so acrobacy is the base of this. And after, when you know acrobacy, you are able to do all the other stuff, even clown. So what it means? Firstly, for me, but I have this feeling it's the beginning of this story of how people who teach in the different place could share what they do and what kind of problem also they have with environment, municipality, place to blah blah blah, all this kind of stuff around the place of activities. Because in France we have this this luck to have an organization really old, 30 years, with the National Federation, and so it organizes a lot of meetings across circus school, and so we have all the vision from it's not a line, but it's a global cloud with a lot of vision of what circus. There is a really traditional vision, maybe sportive circus also, why not? And in the other part, how to use circus as a tool to make animation, really, in the good sense of the word, to animate group, to make them grow with this. And so after, in the middle of this cloud, we have something concrete who appears. And so for me, the first thing it means is how you could share with all the people who practicing circus in Balkan.
Zovem se Dunja Petković, dolazim iz Smedereva, iz Srbije i studiram književnost. Pored književnosti se bavim muzikom i cirkusom. Ovo mi je prvi put da učim kako da učim nekog drugog. Da, što se tiče cirkusa, vodila sam jedan trening žongliranja i bilo mi je jako zabavno. A takođe držim neke časove iz književnosti i srpskog jezika. Uopšte ove radionice mogu da se primene na jako globalnom i na individualnom nivou i uopšte u svim odnosima, tako da jako su korisne i jako mnogo toga sam naučila zapravo ovdje.
Discover the group on Monday. I realize they don't really know each other, maybe by small groups of 2 or 3 people. My pedagogy is how to put the public in relation and in confidence. So for them it was good, and for me it works really well. They really are expected this moment to be in connection, to practice together and stuff like that. And so the first 3 days I just make them connected, and at the same time it's how to show my pedagogy. Because it's a pedagogy, it's a educational objective to let people be connected and safety and with confidence on themselves and also on the group. Individuality, group, and I work always on these 2 things. And so they receive it really well. They laugh a lot sometimes. I saw a lot of smiles. Well, for me, it's the first objective stuff. If people smile, in a way, it's okay. Huh? And after, I develop also things to do with body and group and theoretical time. And so in this kind of theoretical time, I put some stuff on the wall and with schematic things. I ask them also with post-its to make brainstorm, discussing around an idea on another. The things who maybe it's not really negative, but it's a fact. They haven't so many questions to ask. And so it's a real big discovery, but they have no the background in this way of pedagogy to ask questions, to have more details. And I expect them to ask for details and concrete situation and stuff like that, and finally it don't appear. So I work a lot about this kind of question and find answers before receive the question, but questions don't come. So yes, so it's But I spent a really nice workshop with them, and
Bok, ja sam Valentina Barta-Tukarić, članica sam Udruge Traumatic Arts zadnjih 10 godina. Bavim se prvenstveno plesom na svili, uz to radim akrojogu, podučavam grupe plesa na svili na Velesajmu i držim grupe u Velikoj Gorici. Uz to radim na pripremi, prijavama projekata, na pripremi nastupa gaža, suradnjama s turističkim zajednicama i generalno na administrativnim pitanjima vezanim uz rad udruge. Ja imam prilično tehničku pozadinu, inženjer sam po zanimanju i u principu mi je cijeli real svijet nešto na čem prilazim dosta tehnički. Pedagoški dio je nešto što mi definitivno fali, a ove godine sam odlučila da jednostavno ne stignem imati stalni posao, cirkus kao hobi i obitelj i da se nečeg moram riješiti, tako da cirkus kao hobi bi sada trebao postati cirkus kao glavni posao. Usmjerila bi se najviše na trenerski dio, jer nekako u tom najviše uživam i najviše se nalazim u tom. Pedagogija je jedna od stvari koju trebam nadopuniti. Osim toga, trenutno polazim fitness učilište za voditelja funkcionalnih treninga kako bi saznala više o tijelu, o radu mišića i kako bi dobila nekakav taj drugi pogled na vođenje treninga, osnove vježbi i nadam se da ću kroz ovakve radionice, kroz dodatne radionice samih aerial disciplina doći na neku višu razinu kao voditelj.
It's an incredible place, more than just the room of this place of circus. Globally, here in Pula, to have this incredible place. What I could say more than we discussed together since maybe October or November how to find a moment, and so I don't find any moment, so I have this week of holiday for me, so I come to work in my holiday here, but in a way it's a kind of holiday. It wash my brain totally, maybe more than if I go to mountain or beach, I don't know what, and just this. Yes, just to finish, but from Turbul there is other projects to come, because next week the I Fly Trapeze come just here in this place, and after in Zagreb, or maybe the reverse, I don't really how it works. So we continue to have this relationship together. Last thing I want to say, because there is a vision from Balkan, but maybe from a lot of other countries, that in France, circus is really developed and it's really easy for us to manage stuff. It's not really real. For Tubal, for example, we are less and more in the same situation than you. We are not in this cultural vision from politics. We are not sports vision from politics. So, like you, we are nowhere. And so, one of the main ideas we have to be autonomic, to manage our space as we want. It need money. So where we could take money? And so using circus as a tool to ask other way of subvention, politics of town, go to the suburbs, helping people, refugees, and I don't know what. It could be a way to have this kind of concrete stuff to do, and maybe the state or municipality could pay for that. I hope it will come here. In another way, we don't need it for money, but in fact it permits to us to have this autonomic way. We work a lot with handicapped people, and circus is a really good way to help them to think, to walk, to take stuff, etc. And so for us, it's also a way to be still live. And the main way also is to develop activity for children. But I hope people here in Balkan and places where there is circus teaching are going to find public, and when you have public, generally money comes, and so you can grow or maybe just live. That's it.
Slušali ste emisiju Cirkuski špijun kulturnog radija, koja radijski prati aktivnosti Nacionalne cirkuske platforme. Razgovor vodio Nikola Mijatović. Uvod i odjavu pročitala Jadranka Žinić-Mijatović. Tonski obradio i uredio Ratko Bokić. Kulturan radio, Cirkorama.